Oh yeah, so like you need to realize that like most of these people that are banging and stumping, even though I don't get it like that anymore because these people, for me, they know who I am, and so they were trying to distract me from knowing who I was, which just proves that they don't know anything. Because if you knew that you were going to die, if you knew you were going to go to hell, and I don't mean the one they talk about in the Bible, the one that they go into is way worse. If you knew you weren't going to reincarnate anymore, if you knew you were going to jail, if you knew you were going to lose your house, if you knew you were going to be exposed, then I doubt that you would still do it. Because that's not what people were in this for, right? So allegedly, there were some things stolen from me. My name was forged on some paperwork and documents. There may be some properties in Florida that I own. There may be some land I own elsewhere. But like the reason why I'm not bothered by these things is because who I am takes precedence over everything. It literally takes precedence over everything. Like anything that they've done, said about me, whatever they try to set me up to do, whatever they try to set up around me, it just doesn't matter to me. Like, and understand that not everyone is going to be able to relate, but you should be able to relate in the sense that you are not them. And like me being who I am is to expose them because I have the power to do so. So, the reason why I feel like people should be on, I shouldn't say look on the brighter side because really is no bright side to Satan. But the reason why people should be hopeful and have wishful thinking is because I'm actually alert and awake to who I am. And I know that through confirmations that I've received, I am going to be successful in assisting the real people who are going through this demonic harassment, what we title as gang stalking. I know for sure. Like I have, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling you without a doubt that this is going to come to an end. But the coming to the end is not like coming to the end as far as having to deal with these people. Coming to the end is coming to the end of the delusion and deception around it, right? So you have to open up your mind. You have to really consider, like, we've gone through the most unfathomable type shit ever. So it shouldn't be hard for you to grasp what I'm about to tell you, right? But most of the people that we are around are not real. They're not real. Like they may be physically real, but they're not real. Meaning that real to me means you have a connection to source. You have a connection to the divine. If you're connected to Satan, Satan's end plan is not favorable to anyone that he's surrounded by. It's not. You know what I mean? But because certain things have taken place for so long, you become to, you know what I mean? Like, best analogy is like, all right, so Tom Brady, right? No one ever thought Tom Brady would leave the Patriots. People would always consider the Patriots to always be that top team. And then one day, he left the Patriots and he went to another team and he won a Super Bowl on the team, right? Now, we know that shit was rigged. But what I'm telling you is the fact is that no one expected for Tom Brady to lose or to leave the Patriots. And after he left the Patriots, you see the Patriots haven't been the same, right? So a lot of people get caught up in the success, negative or positively, of their current situation to where they can't see the future because they're blinded by the present. And if your present is just simply to make you believe that it will always be the future, then you'll never plan for the future. Right? So because I plan for the future, because I never know what the present may give me, I can somewhat be prepared for the future regardless of what it is. Because I'm not optimistic about the success of the future. I'm determined on making my future successful based on my presence. Okay, based on what I know to be fact. I know people to be full of shit. I know for them to act like they're full of shit. And I know for me to treat them in the manner that they're going to treat me. Right? So I no longer look for people to be kind, to be trivial, to mind their business. I literally look for the worst. Now, people say that's projecting, that's, you out here having what you think about, create your reality. Well, I didn't create Satan in my reality. I didn't create gang stalking in my reality. I didn't create shitty people in my reality. So that's a fucking lie. For you to keep, now, projection is real right now. If you say that, you're going to go out here and you're going to get the job done, that's wishful thinking to me, because there are inhabitables and situations that create you or prevent you from getting your job done. You understand? If you are a construction worker and you're planning to go to work tomorrow, but there's a flood, you didn't create the flood. Okay, that takes hours off your paycheck, right? But at the end of the day, you still had planned for success. So I planned for success, but I planned for the flood as well. And these people didn't plan for the flood. They only planned for the success. But the success was built up on muddy waters. And we all know mud is quicker to turn into mush before cement is, right? So if your foundation is built on brick and cement, then the rain won't do much. If anything, the only way your foundation will be hindered is based on the mud and dirt around it, right? Which you can't help because mud and dirt are everywhere, right? And cement is built on top of mud, right? So if the ground itself around your foundation is weak, you yourself, your own foundation, have to be strong. And that's what we've been. We've been strong. Our foundation has been solid. That's why we're still here. Because the foresight of Source, of the Most High, has been for us to always be strong in the times where most would fall victim to. And so you have multiple people around you who have either had no soul, or never possessed a soul, or have given those up. And that's the main criteria in order for you to be a perp. I don't want to hear about a sob story about you being afraid of the government, or you having a rough life, or you have to do what you do, you have to put food on your table. That sounds so fucking stupid. You don't think we have to put food on the table? You don't think we have families or people that we may confide in that haven't shitted on us? I don't know about you, I don't have anybody, but you may have to, so I don't want to tell you that you don't have any real family just because I don't. You understand? But that sounds so fucking stupid, doesn't it? You know what I mean? These people are like they're the only one that deserves to eat. Well, you're about to starve. I'm going to make sure my enemies starve. They're going to be starving, whether in a jail cell or a casket, but they will be starving. And, I'm having a rough time between going at the people I know and allowing them to fall flat on their face. I teeter through that every day, and I don't mind being transparent about it, because I don't care who hears me. I do. I teeter between fucking someone up and allowing them to fuck themselves up. Because I get gratification either way. You understand? And that's the medium for me. The medium is understanding that in the end, I win. You fall flat on your face, or I push you on your face, I get gratification. Now, one for me may be immediate gratification, but that comes with consequences. falling your flat on your face may take longer than I'd like, but it's still going to happen. And so I'm frustrated because I know what I'm capable of doing. I know the power I possess, but I also know that the divine timing is at work. And I cannot hinder divine timing for selfish gratification. And so once you realize that like I had a situation that I didn't post where I was at the 7-Eleven, and you're going to see, I have the video if I posted this guy in this Infinity. Oh no, it was a Nissan Armada. He had been following me, you know what I mean, like a couple of times. I guess these guys are so fucking dumb, or bots, whatever you call them. Well, he didn't know that I've been scoring every time he'd been around me, right? So I've gone to like the same 7-Eleven different times, and I seen his jerk off, right? He's always has on this blue hoodie, right? So I'm thinking that he may be undercover police the first time, or just an average shitty perp. And this time, I confront the guy and basically just, tell him, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to see you around me anymore. And I leave, right? And unbeknownst to me, I see a quarter from me leaving, I see these headlights behind me. Long story short, the guy's like following me. So, the old me, without the knowledge of who I was, may have taken that situation into my own hands. Me knowing that it's a game, these people may not even be physically real, not having a soul, knowing these people are connected, knowing it's a plot, I just call the police. And so once the guy sees me calling the police, now he's concerned. Now he has questions. Now he's falling back into the victim, right? Now he wants to be a victim of misunderstanding and misinterpretation and miscommunication. End result is I tell the police I don't need him, and he drives off and goes about his day. And I go right back to where I was going to go and complete the things I needed to complete. But with knowledge comes growth, and you have to understand that with growth, you have to change your approach on how you treat them. I've been aggressive with them. It worked. But they're so used to me being aggressive now and me not being aggressive that they're trying to bring the aggression out of you. Now, I don't know anyone that would want to get hurt, and that doesn't make sense to me, right? Because if you see the videos I've posted, they know that they're more than susceptible to violence, not being in their favor if they were to come around me in a violent manner. So that's why I tell you that when you know that these bots are here to provoke you, you shouldn't indulge in it. And see, that's one thing I'm doing, right? When I realize that these motherfuckers may not even be real, I said, why the fuck would I go to jail or risk my safety or my livelihood or my freedom for someone that's a fucking robot, a fucking program? Why? Why would I do that? It makes no sense. There's no ego and pride and stupidity, right? It's just stupidity. And it may be because of the ego and pride. But for me, I just realized that I'm just being passive aggressive. I'm taking on the tactics that they take on. If you want to be around me, I'll document you. If you want to be around me too close, I'm going to call the police. I'll no longer have anything to prove. It means nothing to me. You knowing who I am means everything. And in order for me to be who I am in full capacity, I have to be free, which means I cannot be behind bars. And so allegedly there's feds watching me and those involved because there's been people and my relatives that's tried to poison me. They tried to allegedly, I guess, hire someone, a hitman. It's hilarious. They're doing black magic spells. They're just trying to do anything and everything they can. And I'm sitting over here healthy, money in my pocket, and a roof over my head in a vehicle, just really looking at them, really just looking at them and taking a score, record of the things transpiring. So I know that it's frustrating because we can't even go to the gas station in peace. We can't go to the store in peace. I can't tell you the last time I've been to a restaurant. I can't tell you the last time I've been to the movie theaters. Last time I've been to a bar. I don't drink, but just, going there watching the game. But it's kind of like when you realize everyone around you is fake, full of shit, or tied to this Satanist demiurge. You're like, it's not so much of being isolated anymore. It's more so finding a reason to be bothered, right? Like, why would I want to be bothered by these people when they show me an example? I mean, you got these fucking people on Instagram that act like they know everything, and they took the goddamn COVID vaccine. How do you know what I mean? Like, maybe I should cut that out, but you get what I'm saying.